Muito bom dia. Sejam bem-vindos à Cerimónia do Compromisso de Guimarães 26, Capital Verde Europeia. Jornalista e especialista em ambiente e ação climática, é presença assídua nos noticiários da RTP há quase 3 décadas e desempenha desde 2022 a função de editora de ambiente e ação climática da televisão pública. Convosco, Daniela Santiago.
Bom dia a todos e a todas. Sejam bem-vindos. Welcome. Bem-vindos a Guimarães 26, a capital verde europeia. Eu peço um aplauso para que tudo comece com o pé direito. Estimados todos, Sr. Presidente, Sr. Secretário de Estado, Sr. Presidente da APA, todos estimados. Bem-vindos a um município que é um exemplo para o mundo e não apenas para a Europa, que também trata da nossa casa comum, essa expressão tão grata e tão rica de Francisco, que nos abandonou no ano passado, e é a única que temos. É com enorme orgulho que participo nesta Conferência de Abertura da Capital Verde Europeia 2026, esta distinção atribuída e tão bem ao município de Guimarães. Este é o arranque de um novo ciclo para a cidade, um ciclo de prestígio, mais do que merecido, pela estratégia seguida ao longo dos últimos anos, e são muitos, mais de uma década, mas também de responsabilidade acrescida a partir de agora. Pela qualidade de vida dos vimaranenses e como inspiração para que outras cidades, em Portugal, na Europa, no mundo, lhe sigam os passos. Este ano, Guimarães é especial. É reconhecida pelo exemplo de boas práticas ambientais em tempos estranhos. Vivemos tempos estranhos, tempos de desordem mundial. A atualidade internacional deixa pouco espaço a algo essencial, a luta contra as alterações climáticas, o aquecimento global, a crise da biodiversidade, a crise do oceano que nos diz tanto, um país oceânico, e que se refletem em tudo. E por isso mesmo temos que dar a maior importância a este tema que muitas vezes fica de lado. Damos o tiro de partida para esta caminhada verde sustentável, um momento de afirmação de um compromisso coletivo de um ano de celebração, de desenvolvimento. E para dar início à cerimónia, convidamos a usar da palavra o Presidente da Câmara Municipal de Guimarães, Ricardo Araújo. Bem-vindo, Sr. Presidente. Um beijinho.
Excelentíssimos presidentes, autarcas, técnicos das cidades portuguesas e europeias presentes, digníssimas autoridades, Senhor Presidente Domingos Bragança, caros convidados, minhas senhoras e meus senhores. Dirijo-me a todos vós com natural emoção e honra, enquanto principal responsável da cidade a quem foi atribuída a distinção de Capital Verde Europeia em 2026. Antes de mais, este reconhecimento europeu ultrapassa a dimensão simbólica de um prémio. Representa um compromisso firme e duradouro com os cidadãos de Guimarães, com a Europa e com as gerações futuras. Permitam-me uma saudação muito especial aos representantes da União Europeia aqui presentes, em particular ao Sr. Diretor-Geral de Ambiente da Comissão Europeia, Patrick Child. A sua presença em Guimarães sublinha uma mensagem fundamental, a de que o futuro da Europa se constrói nas cidades, em todas as cidades, independentemente da dimensão. Para Guimarães, ser capital verde europeia em 2026, sendo uma cidade de média dimensão, tem um significado muito particular. Demonstra que a liderança climática não pertence apenas às grandes metrópoles. Pertence também aos territórios próximos das pessoas, onde as políticas públicas têm rosto, onde as decisões se traduzem rapidamente em qualidade de vida e onde a transformação é sentida no cotidiano. Guimarães prova que a escala humana pode ser uma enorme vantagem na transição ecológica. Este reconhecimento europeu não é, por isso, um ponto de chegada, mas antes um compromisso. Um compromisso com os cidadãos, com a Europa e com as gerações futuras. Um compromisso que nos exige coerência entre discurso e ação, ambição sustentada no tempo e coragem política para fazer diferente. Guimarães é uma cidade com uma história longa e identitária. Em 2028 celebraremos os 900 anos da batalha fundadora da nossa nacionalidade. Do berço de Portugal, declaramos hoje que preservar o passado é inseparável de cuidar do futuro. A Capital Verde Europeia 2026 demonstra que cidades com raízes históricas profundas, como é o nosso caso, podem ser simultaneamente laboratórios vivos de inovação social, sustentabilidade e coesão social, mas também exemplos inspiradores para outras cidades europeias. Quero sublinhar que esta distinção é, acima de tudo, fruto do empenho coletivo da nossa comunidade. Pertence aos cidadãos, às instituições, às organizações, às escolas, às empresas, às associações e a todos os que, com responsabilidade e visão, constroem diariamente um território mais sustentável. Quero também, nesta oportunidade, reconhecer e agradecer o trabalho de quem liderou todo este processo até aqui. O meu antecessor, o Sr. Presidente Domingos Bragança, para quem deixo, mais uma vez, o meu elogio. Foi possível, ao longo desta última década, diria, construir um amplo consenso político em torno deste desígnio, deste objetivo da Capital Verde Europeia. Mas a seu dono, quem liderou até aqui, tem o mérito reconhecido de até aqui termos chegado. A mim cabe-me liderar o futuro. E é isso que eu também quero aqui deixar. É o meu compromisso para o futuro, não só em seguir, não só em continuar, mas, acima de tudo, em construir. Porque é assim que se faz Guimarães e que Guimarães pode ser um exemplo para o país e para a Europa. A ambição ambiental só se concretiza quando é partilhada, quando se transforma num desígnio comum e quando se traduz em ação concreta em benefício do planeta, seguramente, mas igualmente em benefício de todos. A visão de Guimarães é clara e inequívoca. Desejamos permanentemente confirmarmos-nos como uma cidade mais verde, mais justa e mais resiliente. uma verdadeira cidade de um só planeta. Queremos viver dentro dos limites ecológicos do território, mas garantindo simultaneamente qualidade de vida, desenvolvimento económico, justiça social e oportunidades para todos. Só assim nós conseguiremos verdadeiramente concretizar este desígnio. Se defender a ecologia, defender o ambiente, defender a sustentabilidade, defender uma cidade mais verde, for sinónimo de qualidade de vida dos nossos cidadãos. Temos vindo a investir de forma consistente e queremos continuar a fazê-lo na transição energética, na eficiência energética, na redução das emissões, na valorização e expansão dos espaços verdes urbanos, promovendo a biodiversidade, numa mobilidade urbana sustentável, baseada em modos suaves e num transporte público totalmente descarbonizado, e numa economia circular que reduz resíduos e promove padrões de consumo responsáveis. Mas sabemos que a sustentabilidade não é apenas ambiental. Ela tem que ser mesmo humana e humanizada. A Capital Verde Europeia 2026 coloca, por isso, no centro da transição ecológica, a qualidade de vida, as pessoas, a justiça social, os cidadãos. A ação climática só é e só será bem-sucedida se gerar oportunidades, se reduzir desigualdades, se melhorar o bem-estar coletivo. Ela não pode ser um ónus, ela não pode ser um fator de desvantagem competitiva. Ela tem que ser um fator de vantagem competitiva. Em Guimarães acreditamos que não há transição sem participação democrática. Educação, ciência e inovação. Não há futuro sustentável sem cidadãos informados, envolvidos e mais capacitados. É este espírito que nos distingue. Esta capacidade de unir pessoas muito diferentes em torno de um propósito comum. Aqui não há distância entre quem investiga ou quem cuida do território. Entre quem decide políticas públicas e quem planta uma árvore. Entre quem inova na economia e quem transforma comportamentos no dia-a-dia. Existe, e assim deve continuar, uma conjugação, uma articulação, um consenso político, social claro, o de que este caminho exige tempo, estabilidade e responsabilidade partilhada. A Capital Verde Europeia 2026 é, por isso, um projeto de Guimarães e dos vimaranenses. E é assim que deve ser assumido. Todos contam, todos fazem parte, todos fazem falta. Queremos, acima de tudo, que os vimaranenses sintam orgulho. Orgulho por viver numa cidade que cuida do seu território, que aposta na ciência, na inovação, que valoriza o desporto, que valoriza a cultura, que redefine a relação entre as pessoas e a natureza, que aposta na economia e na qualidade de vida para todos. Queremos inspirar Portugal e inspirar outras cidades europeias. Mostrar que cidades de média dimensão podem ser motores da transição climática, espaços de experimentação de políticas públicas eficazes e territórios onde a sustentabilidade significa qualidade de vida, competitividade económica e felicidade coletiva. O ano de 2026 será, por isso, um ano extraordinário. Um ano em que Guimarães, mais uma vez, abre as suas portas ao mundo, acolhe redes internacionais, promove o debate europeu e envolve cidadãos, investigadores, artistas e decisores. Mas será, acima de tudo, um ano de ação com impacto duradouro. E, por isso, a minha mensagem final é clara e simples. A Capital Verde Europeia 2026 é um meio, não é um fim. Um meio para melhorar a qualidade de vida, reforçar a competitividade do concelho e preparar Guimarães para os desafios das próximas décadas. O sucesso deste ano, como tenho dito, não se medirá apenas pelos eventos. Mas os eventos, sim, são importantes. Nós queremos mesmo que Guimarães, em 2026, seja o centro da discussão, do debate, da reflexão das políticas europeias em torno da sustentabilidade. Mas também não se mede por qualquer edifício ou por qualquer espaço que deixemos reestruturado em 2026. Medir-se-á muito mais pelo compromisso coletivo que sejamos capazes de assumir com os nossos cidadãos para o futuro. Se em 2027 nós tivermos uma cidade e um concelho mais comprometido com a defesa da sustentabilidade e com a garantia de que as políticas públicas que vão construir o nosso futuro terão transversalmente assentes em políticas de sustentabilidade, esse será o maior legado que temos para deixar como capital verde europeia. Dizia, por isso, que o sucesso deste ano não se medirá apenas em eventos, mas no que fica depois nas políticas, na economia, nas pessoas e no território. Aos nossos parceiros europeus, deixamos um convite à cooperação e à partilha. Aos cidadãos de Guimarães, reafirmamos que esta distinção vos pertence. E às gerações mais jovens, deixamos uma mensagem de confiança, porque o futuro sustentável constrói-se hoje convosco. A partir do berço de Portugal, Guimarães não espera pelo futuro, mas está empenhada na sua construção com determinação, com ambição, com ciência, com inovação, com participação, com envolvimento, ou seja, com todos. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigada, Sr. Presidente. E há, de facto, aqui uma frase que eu gostaria de sublinhar, esta de liderar o futuro, honrando o passado e o presente, este consenso político, este pacto. Só assim é que se evolui, só assim é que se constrói. E julgo que não é necessário dizer mais nada. Vamos agora ouvir as palavras de Jessica Roswell, Comissária Europeia para o Ambiente, Resiliência Hídrica e Economia Circular. Ela não pode estar presente aqui em Guimarães, mas não quis deixar passar este momento sem uma mensagem. Vamos ouvir.
Dear citizens of Guimarães, Mayor Araujo and esteemed representatives from across Europe, congratulations to Guimarães for becoming the 2026 European Green Capital. This is a recognition of your city's remarkable commitment to sustainability and its leadership in environmental innovation. You have shown us how forward-thinking policies and community engagement can create a healthier and more livable urban environment. I'm especially impressed with your achievement in air quality, and also by your success in reducing the ecological footprint of the municipality in line with the zero waste principle. Of course, none of this would be possible without a political strong consensus. So, I congratulate former Mayor Domingos Bragança for his dedication to sustainable cities. And I commend new Mayor Ricardo Araujo for carrying on the baton. More broadly, Portugal and the Portuguese people deserves immense praise. Because it's not just Guimarães. The town of Agueda holds the European Green Leaf title this year. And an impressive number of Portuguese cities are participating in the Green City Accord initiative. You are building a cleaner, more sustainable and more livable country, and you should be very proud. But today, it's about celebrating Guimarães. So congratulations once again to the citizens and the leaders who made this possible. Thank you for inspiring others and forging a greener, brighter future for all.
E segue-se agora a intervenção de Patrick Child, Diretor-Geral Adjunto do Ambiente da Comissão Europeia. Mr. Director, the floor is yours.
Mayor Ricardo Araujo, Secretary of State João Manuel Esteves, distinguished members of the Honour Committee, representatives of cities, esteemed guests. Today, it's a really great honour to participate in this celebration of an exciting milestone in our journey towards a sustainable European future. We gather here to applaud Guimarães for the launch of your year as European Green Capital for 2026. As we embrace Guimarães in this role, we also extend our gratitude to Vilnius for its outstanding results as Green Capital for 2025. Vilnius, today represented by Deputy Mayor Andrius Grigonis, has been a beacon of environmental leadership and commitment. Throughout their Green Capital year, they have embodied what it means to pursue sustainability with determination and innovation. Today, Vilnius hands over the Green Book, adding a new page that celebrates their achievements and the proud legacy of 15 green capitals before them. This important symbol underscores the continuity of shared progress and the promise of future achievements. Guimarães, with its deep historical roots, now steps into the spotlight. The city combines its rich heritage with forward-thinking strategies as a true model of cultural and environmental excellence. Designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2001, Guimarães successfully combines its historical prestige as birthplace of Portugal with modern sustainability principles. The reasons for Guimarães' selection are as compelling as they are inspiring. As the most sustainable municipality in Portugal for 3 consecutive years, Guimarães has integrated sustainability into the heart of its culture. And I was personally happy to participate in your Green Week events last June alongside Mayor Domingos Bragança, who has done so much to build the city's green credentials. And I'm delighted that Mayor Araujo has committed to take this environmental leadership forward. Guimarães has demonstrated excellent results in all 7 environmental management areas that the Green Capital Award assesses. Step by step, you are steadily transforming from an industrial town to a vibrant green city, focused on belonging and livability. The basis for this is a clear governance framework with strong communication, and I'll underline this, and participation of all citizens and stakeholders. The Green Capital jury was particularly inspired by the promise of Guimarães to be a European living lab and to use the Green Capital to look for fresh perspectives and innovative strategies. In this same spirit, the Pegadas Environmental Education Program enhances awareness and empowers the community towards sustainable practices. Innovative policies like the pay-as-you-throw not only promote a circular economy, but also set new standards in waste management ingenuity, consistent with your membership of the Zero Waste Europe. As our Commissioner Jessica Rosval has just said in her message, Guimarães is committed to maintaining excellent air quality. An impressive 97% of your residents enjoy either good or very good air quality. The city's flagship vision, One Planet City by 2050, reflects a comprehensive approach to striving for sustainability, using national partnerships and European collaborations to create a greener future. Guimarães inspires with resilience and with creativity. From hosting the Eco Parliament to establishing Citizens' Assembly, the city ensures constant dialogue and engagement with its citizens, driving empowerment and involvement in environmental stewardship. The mandate of the current European Commission places stronger emphasis on urban development, reflected in the adoption of an ambitious EU policy agenda for cities by the Commission in December of 2025. This will reinforce the role of cities in decision-making and the European Union's support for urban areas is set to increase and become simpler and more effective. Recognizing the importance of affordable and sustainable housing, we have also a first ever housing portfolio commissioner, and initiatives like the new European Bauhaus and affordable housing, also adopted in December 2025. These initiatives should help to bring environmental and urban aspects closer together and amplify the impact that cities like Guimarães can have. Because European cities are crucial for the green transition. You act as forerunners, paving the way for sustainable growth. Cities like Guimarães, Vilnius, Agda, Vaasa, and all the finalists of the Green Capital and Green Leaf Awards of this and previous cycles, along with the signatories of the Green City Accord, are exemplary and inspiring in this work. And I take this opportunity, therefore, also to invite other cities to join this movement. The call for applications for the 2028 Green Capital and Green Leaf Awards is open until the 1st of April. The chance to become part of this transformative jury. Dear Mayor, as Guimarães embarks on its award year in 2026, may it be filled with innovation, with community engagement, and with transformative progress. Congratulations once again. Thank you all for your unwavering commitment to a greener Europe. Obrigado.
Thank you, Mr. Director. E seguimos nesta cerimónia com uma mesa redonda com o tema Cidades em Diálogo, autarcas que lideram a transição verde. Afinal, onde é que está o segredo? O que é necessário para envolver as pessoas em todo este processo? Como dizia Patrick Childs, passamos de uma cidade industrial para uma vibrante capital europeia verde. Há resiliência, há criatividade, há mãos dadas com os cidadãos, nada se consegue, tem que ser gota a gota, dia após dia. Muitas vezes, ao longo do meu trabalho, vou ouvindo que esta luta climática não vale a pena, que as COP não levam a nada, mas se não tivesse havido um acordo de Paris, nós hoje estaríamos a trabalhar com um possível aumento de temperatura de mais 4 graus. Estamos nos 2,7. Temos que olhar para o copo meio cheio, não para o copo meio vazio, e ver que tudo faz a diferença e tudo nos pode levar para esse caminho e não desistir do 1,5 graus, não é? Acordado há 10 anos em Paris. Mas, afinal, o que é que as cidades estão a fazer para também nos levarem por estas pisadas verdes? Para moderar esta sessão, contamos com a Aline Flores. Ela é uma jornalista que há mais de 15 anos se destaca pelo trabalho em temas sociais, ambientais, humanitários. É uma querida colega de terreno, editora do Azul, a secção dedicada à crise climática e sustentabilidade do jornal Político. Aline, neste momento, o palco é teu.
So, over the years, cities awarded the title of European Green Capital has shown that the transition can and must start locally and spread globally. I'm sorry, I'm not from the television world like my colleague, and I was entitled to the English-speaking panel, so I'm sorry for my accent. So these are cities that have different characteristics and different challenges. The first European Green Capital was Stockholm in 2010, followed by Hamburg, Vitoria Gasteiz, Nantes, Copenhagen, Bristol in 2015, then Ljubljana, Essen, Nijmegen, Oslo, Lisbon in 2020, followed by Lahti, Grenoble, Tallinn, Valencia in 2024, Vilnius 25, Guimarães 26, and next year, Heilbronn. As a shared goal that involves all levels of government, leadership for climate action is one fundamental pillar of sustainable development and a green and just transition. I invite to the stage to be joined by the political representatives of the European Green Capital 2026, Ricardo Araújo, Mayor of Guimarães. Thank you. The European Green Capital 2025, Andrius Grigonis, Deputy Mayor of Vilnius. Can you please? Also, the European Green Capital 2024, Valencia, Director General António Celda. Where is he? Here. Boa tarde, doutor. Pode sentar. And the European Green Capital, sim, yes, please, Green Capital 2027, Andreas Ringel, Deputy Mayor of Heilbronn. Onde é que estamos? So, let me just start my timer because we are a little late. And. Thank you for joining us in this discussion. Let's start with the roles of cities, because we hear about the governments and the European targets, but what can cities do in their unique role to accelerate this green transition that we need? I'm not sure. Ricardo Araújo, could you please start? Let me...
Hello, good morning.
Acho que ainda não está a dar.
Hello, yes.
Okay.
No, yes. Good morning. I would like to welcome you again. I would like to share one or two comments regarding this question. First of all, municipalities are the local authorities, those state entities that are near to our citizens. This relation between the local authorities and the citizens, I think it's one of the most important assets that the local political level has. I mean, all the decisions that the local authorities, that the municipalities, the mayors can take, they normally have an immediate impact on the quality of life of the citizens. And as I said in my opening speech, I truly believe that one of the key aspects for the success of this climate agenda, logical agenda, is to join our citizens in this agenda, is show that the climate agenda is fundamental for our quality of life, our well-being. And if we are able to show in practice with the political actions that all these decisions that we take regarding this environmental agenda, it's important for the well-being of our citizens. I think it's one of the most important references that we can have in the local politics. So municipalities, they really can have a key role in this international agenda, because we can have international discussions, we can have international. It's really very important to create a global consensus regarding this agenda. But it's absolutely fundamental to have the capacity to take decisions at the local level, because it's the local level that changes the quality of life of our citizens.
Thank you very much. I'll invite Deputy Mayor of Vilnius, Andrius Grigonis. You have just came out of this experience, so how was it to change locally and put this into practice?
So first of all, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure and a great honor to be here in Guimarães, and in a beautiful city, which reminds me Vilnius in terms of heritage and greenery. So yeah, it's really good to be here. Getting back to your question, well, I would say that the role of the cities, talking about sustainability, it has extremely big potential and abilities to make changes, and few aspects should be mentioned here. First of all, 70% of the population of Europe lives in the cities, which is, among other things, are the biggest polluters since all the factories and industry are concentrated here. So I think that any single project and every separate initiative, if it's implemented successfully, could have instant and immediate effect to all society. Secondly, I would say that in all of the cities, we have biggest intellectual and finance potential, since most educated and hardworking people lives in the city. So while they are the ones who are suffering from pollution most, I think that they are really motivated to do changes, and we as a politician should support this motivation and not to lose it. And last but not least, I would say that ideas between the cities and inside the cities are spreading like a virus. You know, if one city doing something well, so another city would like to do it immediately as well. So this multiplies the effect if all the cities work together as a one team. So, yeah, in general, I would say that I mentioned enough evidence that cities' ability are limitless, only we need to put some will and energy to this recipe.
Thank you very much. I will add another question because we are a little short in time, but you can still answer to this point. But what about the political challenges, like the specific political challenges? Because sustainability it's not something that happens from night to day, so it takes time. It's not very much in line with the short political cycles. What were, for example, the difficult decisions that had to be made, for example, in Valencia, calculating, for example, the carbon footprint of the tourism? That is a very important industry. How was it? What was the political impact, or perhaps the cost of doing such changes?
Well, first of all, thank you for the question, but thank you to Guimarães for sharing this special day, this special year with all of us. Parabéns. Parabéns, Ricardo, mayors, all the Guimarães team, and all the people that are sharing, as I say, this special day, that for Valencia, for Vilnius, and for all the green network, you will discover that it's not only an award, okay? It's a relation between the cities, it's a relation with your citizens. And I think the answers of my colleagues previously explains exactly that. We are doing real, or creating the reality of the rules that the European Commission say to us that we have to say. And asking to your question, I think this is the best work that Valencia and the others, I'm sure, are doing, is to translate, to do easy these policies to the people. Not always they like the transition, the green transition, because they have to change the habits, and it's not easy, as I said. But in the short time, it's not the best option for them. But we are, in this year, you will discover, or you are now discovering, Ricardo, no? and the team. But you will see that they will understand, and the citizens help to the city, not the city to the citizens, the citizens to the city, to create this new reality. For example, in Valencia, we are working a lot with this climate transition, working with energy local communities. I think they can see how they are downloading the bills that they have to pay to the city. And it's easy. We are only creating, well, not easy, because it's the biggest project around Europe, in a urban area. We are creating in the RIP, the Requiem in Power. It's where we are installing almost 7,000 solar panels in the cemeteries of the cities. And with that, we work with a triple impact. We are downloading the bills of the municipality, but we are downloading the bills of the people that don't have the same opportunities than others in the city. No? And they will discover these things thanks to this year.
Mr. Andreas Hingel, you are continuing your path to the European Green City next year. What are the challenges, and how do you see, like, Germany is in very difficult, like the rest of the Europe, position with sustainability. How is it to put this into practice in the local level in such a times?
Yeah, first, I also want to say congratulations to Guimarães. It's very nice to be here and to see all the friends from Europe. And so you are today in the middle of Europe. Europe is looking to you, and so it's very nice to be here. Thank you. Yeah. So let me answer in two steps. There are so many social and political problems and decisions to make. We are in an area economically strong and an industrial city, and so we are working in different parts of industry. Also, for example, in the energy production. And so there were many decisions to make and discussions to convert our energy production. Yeah? So we make projects in wind and solar projects, or we try to change plant from coal to gas or to hydrogen. And there's much game in the money in the game, yeah, and much players from the national level also. So these discussions are very hard. Yeah? So we are not yet at the end of the road, but we are on a good track now. But the second step I want to say is Heilbronn is in Baden-Württemberg, a part of the Federal Republic of Germany, and this part benefited long times from the automotive industry. And so there are 10,000s of workers and families depending from these industries. So we have to find a way not to lose them, and the companies also. So we have to find a way in a social and a political way to bring them on the journey with us, and to get to the goals.
Thank you. I would extend that question to Guimarães. Guimarães has also this industrial context. How do you help people understand that these green policies are important for the development of the territory and not just a flower na lapela?
I understood the question.
Yes.
I would say that first, that's a continuous work that we have to do. That's not something that we can from the night to the day solve. As you were saying before. Sorry, I forgot the mic.
Sorry, I forgot to ask him.
Sorry. So, as I was saying, it's not something that we can easily solve from night to the day. It's something that we need to have on a continuous basis work, first of all. Second, it's true that Guimarães is not only brother of Portugal and only the very important historic city with a world heritage of UNESCO and so on, but we have also a very strong industrial tradition in traditional sectors like textiles, for example. And it is true that we have been able to together with the politicians, with the industries, with our economy, to change the reality that we had, particularly in Guimarães, in this region of the Val d'Oise, where the pollution, for example, was, I would say, one of the big problems that we had in the past 20, 30, 40 years, 3, 4 decades. And it's true that we have made a huge progress, but we still have challenges. We still have challenges. So that's why I was saying since the beginning that this is a work that we need to have, first of all, in the priority of our political agenda, this environmental agenda. And therefore we have to work all the days together with our partners, together with the companies, with the industries, and also to have the technical support, as we have, for example, here with one of our municipal organizations that is called Laboratório da Paisagem, that is able to support our companies in all this environmental responsibility of the companies. So, in conclusion, I would say we have done a lot of progress in the last 2 decades, but I still recognize that we have a strong and a long way in front of us that we will be able, of course, to meet it to this, with this agenda.
Can I ask you to name, for example, one of the challenges that you hope to, like, in 1 year that you have overcome? In the
no, it's dangerous, but I will assume the risk. Let's see. Let's look at one of the biggest challenges that we have in Guimarães regarding our quality of life. It's probably if we ask to our citizens what is the main problem, one of the main problems, I would say that one of the 3 main problems that they would suggest is mobility. Mobility. So mobility is one of the main problems that we have in our town, in Guimarães, in the quality of life of the citizens. On the other hand, we know that mobility is one of the most responsible for the gas emissions in the world. So it's responsible for one of the most important problems that we have in the environmental agenda. So in one hand, we have a problem in quality of life. On the other hand, we have the recognition that this problem is also responsible for one of the biggest problems that we have in the environmental agenda. So I would say it's a big challenge, but it's a challenge that we have to face. If we are able to solve the mobility problems that the population, our citizens are facing, and if we are able to solve that problem investing in public transports, in sustainable public transports, we are at the same time solving the problems of the quality of life of the citizens, and we are at the same time giving an important input to the climate agenda. This is a concrete example. So I would say in 1 year, yes, in 1 year we are, for example, working something that is also coming from the previous mayor. We are working in the Metrobus solution project, the bus rapid transit. So it's a mobility project, sustainable mobility project that probably, I hope, it will help to solve the difficulties that our citizens face regarding mobility. And at the same time, we are giving an important input to promote our local environment.
So let's hope that for the closing ceremony, you come to the ceremony in public transportation. So
I hope.
I challenge you. And just Grigonis, Deputy Mayor, talk about political leadership, and do you want to say something, or can I ask you the question?
I just would like to add something to the mayor's speech, since I cannot agree more with the statement that urban mobility is among top issues every city has. So it is the same in Vilnius, and I would say that it is the same in many European cities. And to continue, actually, in Vilnius, we are also trying to reduce daily car usage for travel and trying to encourage people to use alternative way of moving. But the biggest issue throughout these recent years was, how to make this possible. So we are investing a lot of tons of money to the public sector, to the public transport, buying very expensive electric buses, but we need to take money from somewhere. So of course it is from taxpayers. And it was one decision that it was not very easy. So we had to increase the ticket prices for the public transport 1 year ago, which is not very easy to do politically. And we didn't receive applause from the society. However, it was necessary decision to do this, since we are investing it into make public transport comfortable, modern, and electric. So yeah, greenery and sustainability is not always about easy decisions. So yeah, it's really important topic you have mentioned.
For cities, yes. What about the best practices? Like, can you name like one of the wins of Vilnius in this journey that could be, for example, replicated by other cities? Like I've read about modernization of heating systems or the city app for more engagement. But how was it like, and what would you say like this could be like a good
I believe that there are two ways to answer to your question. So first of all, I could name lots of things that we improved a lot and implement many separate individual projects, starting from renewing our public transport fleet. So soon all 800 our buses and trolley buses will be fully electric. We encourage new public transport boat on Neris River, which we have 4 right now, and it is also part of a public transport, and it is fully electric. We are implementing many projects in public spaces and squares inside the city, so I'm finishing 50 of them inside the city limits. We're also investing lots of money in facilities for cleaning stormwater, so the water after the rain reaches our river clean and eliminated all the chemicals and oil products. But it would be just a part of your answer. And the second part, I would say that whatever you do, it will not work if the society reject it and don't like it. So we are renewing and reconsidering our decision-making procedure as well. So we are using citizens' assembly as one of the tools, which is the essence of it. We are selected 50 people from Vilnius that represent different perspectives by age, by gender, by education, by traveling habits. And we are formulating problems for them and asking them to solve them for us, and without paying salary. Yes. They are doing our job,
But can I just add, because when we know that this is an amazing experience to listen to the citizens, how do you answer to your colleagues, mayors that say, oh, it's so difficult to listen to everybody has an opinion and it's difficult to go for everyone? What lessons did you learn from these assemblies?
So far, so good. They are really motivated, and we are receiving a really good offer and suggestion. Mm-hmm. And the first topic that we put on the table, it was urban mobility, and some of the offers were really amazing. And what is also important, that in this way we are reducing risk to be rejected. Since the society itself showing and offering you decisions. So it's also a very modern and very good democracy practice, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What about Valencia? Like after this year, what has lasted? What's the results that were so good that also could replicate it, but that are still happening and not just for the Green Capital?
As well, I think the results are the actions that cities as Vilnius, Helbron, or Guimarães this next year or this year we are trying to implant to develop in the cities. And after seeing that the citizens are enjoying the actions, that it is, as we have said, it's not easy, not in the beginning, but it's not easy. I have to say that that the mobility maybe is one of the most important actions that we have done. Why? Because we are trying to connect all the districts of the city better than previously, and after to connect the districts with the city center. We have transformed the mobility of the city. We are implementing, of course, the CVE's zones, and this is something that we have to put the solution previously to implant the rule in the city. This is, but as I said too, we are working with energy, community, local energy, and other actions, but maybe there is some actions that the citizens don't see, and is an action that we implant in the municipality, inside of the municipality, that is to transmit, to connect the sustainability with all the areas, with all the programs, inside of the different areas, urbanism and others, to always think that the actions have to be related with the health of the city and with the health of the citizens. This is very important because the citizens, they don't see this action. It's political action, in fact. But after you can see that it's reflected in all the rest of the actions that we are generating. And other actions, we always say the education, but now in Valencia, unfortunately with the Dana, with the flood, we are transmitting to our citizens that the climate change is not something that happens in Asia or in the South America, for example. Now we can suffer. In fact, we have suffered in the end of the 2024. And we didn't do something different than the other European cities. They had information, but now we are seeing that we have to put more information in the hands of the citizens. Then now we are creating different plans to transmit new information with the new reality to the citizens, because if maybe in the future we can repeat the problem, they will have new information that help to them better. Okay.
Hard lessons.
Yes. It's something that we have to do all together.
Yes.
It's something that the network is for that, to share actions, to work with the information, with the data, to obtain better actions.
Yes. Thank you. What about Heilbronn? You are also industrial city. For example, one of the main projects that you have been showing is for renaturalization of the rivers from the riverbanks. Would you say that's your favorite project, or where did you find inspiration from also the other cities to promote in Heilbronn?
Yeah, the transformation in our city is going since 20 years, and it's going further. And I think there are so many projects and ideas on the table. We can't say this is the best or the importantest one. But for us, it was very essential to create a vision together with the residents, a positive vision to these things. So when we applied to European Green Capital, we make internal and external workshops because we wanted to hear what motivates the people and what want they for Heilbronn for the future. And so we build networks, and we try we hope that they will go on over 2027. But I think it's the same to us all. We are on the base. People want to see us in action. They want to see things happening. In a global level, things seem to be extremely complex. But in the cities, the things must be clear and concrete. So we have to work, and we have to show the people this is the way, the right direction. We have to go step by step. I think this is one of the unique role for us, for the cities.
Yes, my comment was also because renaturalizations of rivers, as we see in Portugal, takes a lot of time, and sometimes it's very difficult to accomplish. So, congratulations.
Other action that I think is very important for the city.
Yes.
Well, in fact, Valencia, as I'm sure that Guimarães this next year, Valencia is the best place to live in 2025. It was in 2023. And this is fantastic. But our citizens want to receive out of tourists and you will see during this year that you will receive a lot of tourists. It's fantastic, this award, because recognize the city and put in other level, and this is fantastic. But I think it's very important to try to evaluate and compensate the impact, not only of our actions, if not of the people that we received, to see that altogether the engagement of the citizens and the engagement of the city that want to discover our cities can help to improve the city. We put, for example, a green route in the city, in Valencia, and we have seen that a lot of tourists prefer this new green route than the previous one. And I think it's an easy action that all of us, we can do it, and of course compensate the impact of all.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And so to wrap up, I have a challenge. Actually, it was not in the script that we sent to you, but I think it's a nice way to reflect about these European green capitals because of the just transition. It's also a very important topic for the world we live, like who we leave behind, like the gentrification of cities. And sometimes when we improve the living in some territories, the people who could benefit more are left out of that. So how was this process of including all the territories and all the different parts of the population? And also, like, what was like a lasting change that you think that being an European green city left for Vilnius, for example? Like, it was not like that 3 years ago, and today you can say that this will be like one of the marks of the city. First, because then we can finish with Guimarães.
To have a title and to be European Green Capital, first of all, it's a great honor. You know, you are receiving lots of attention from media, and however, it's also a big headache to organize many events. Few hundreds events happened just related to the sustainability topics throughout the last year in Vilnius. So I wish you luck for my colleagues. But it's worth to do that. And talking about Vilnius, I wouldn't say that title or change our direction somehow. We invested in sustainable things many years in a row in the past until we received the title, and we are continuing doing this after we transfer the title. And it's not about the title, but because it's worth to do that, and many members of society, the whole society, contributes and benefits from it. Yeah. So my answer would be like
yes,
this.
But could you also just have a word about how to this transition is just and inclusive, and how it keeps being like a green transition that involves all the population? Do you believe that that's something that you have achieved? The green, yes.
Yeah, surely. I would say that it's much more relevant topic right now than it was before, since lots of media and lots of advertisements and discussions and different events. Because of it, we reached higher level of this topic in our society, definitely. Yeah.
Well, we always say the same. All the green capitals is to teach to the citizens and learn from them too, and learn to the rest of the green network. Because we have to share knowledge, and we have to improve our knowledge with the actions. I think this is the most relevant. Thanks to Patrick Zeil and all the team of the European Commission, to all the European capitals, and not only the European cities that have received the award, but it's an honor, but a responsibility too. We have to say, because we have to improve it, and it's not an award. It's not only 1 year. We have to follow working as we have to do, and it's complicated. But for example, here, the Spanish delegation that want to share with Guimarães, the Murcia, Benidorm, Ávila, Vila de Cans, all the cities are working together in common actions. In fact, we are working with Guimarães previously to the year to try to develop some data spaces together to improve our actions. I think are the actions that we have to show to the citizens that it's not only a political speech. The actions are here, of course, with the mobility, of course, with the energy, local communities, with these things, or planting a tree. But we are doing something more that they will see the next years. For that reason, I think we are here.
Yes. About this transition, that was a concept in Europe that was born in German like that, but how do you feel that it will be possible to make lasting change also, besides all the path that Halpon has done in the past decades, but what do you feel that will be different in 2 years from now?
I know we are in the preparing year now. We are just 1 year to prepare. This is not so much time. We spoke to your team and they said, oh, hard work, not so much sleep. But yeah, I think I don't want to say every city has to apply for European Green Capital or Green Leaf, but for us, the application and the process with the residents, that was so important and so essential that they gave us the driving force for action, for cooperation in our city. And I hope this will be the thing that brings our city much more in the front.
I do say that as a journalist, it's always good when cities have these kind of commitments, because then we have another way of asking for delivery. Just to wrap up, because we are short in time, but what do you hope to be like lasting changes that we'll have in Guimarães? And also, like if you want to talk about very shortly, best practices at some key projects.
Okay. As I said in my opening speech, I believe that the most important legacy that we can have from this 2026 European Green Capital in Guimarães, it's very clear if we strengthen the commitment, political commitment, but also the commitment of our citizens regarding the sustainability as a basis for our future planning of the city. This is, for me, very truly, I want to be very honest, as I said during this week, this is the most important legacy. It's not a building, it's not a tree, it's not, it's this political commitment, I would say, answering to your question already, one of the good practices that we have to show already is the political consensus that was created during this process. This is already a good practice that we can already share with our partners, other cities. True, in Guimarães it was possible to create a very large political consensus from the left to the right regarding this ambition to be the green capital, but more than that, to have the sustainability as a basis for all the planification of the city for the future. And if we are able, at the end of this year, to have our citizens strongly committed with this, I would be very happy. You know that you talked also about the world, and it's true that we are facing challenging times in the world. And I always remember one of the most inspiring political leaders in the world, one of the former presidents of the United States. Yeah, it's true that we had already inspiring presidents of the United States. It seems strange nowadays, but we had. In 1863, there is a special quote of the speech of Abraham Lincoln when he said during the Civil War, the government of the people, by the people, for the people. And I truly believe on this. It's our most important commitment as leaders, as politicians. Let's try to, we need to have a vision, we need to have ambition, but we need to convince our citizens to the way that we want to go and the goals that we want to achieve. So for me, it's truly important to make this process of the European Green Capital together with the citizens, from the oldest to the youngest. That's why we have strong programs, for example, with the schools, with young people, and so on. Because we need to involve them in this ambition. Otherwise, it's a lost game. And I don't like to lose.
I'm really glad to hear that. We'll keep asking also the citizens how they feel engaged in these activities. Thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you for your time and listening. And I believe Daniela will appear shortly on the stage to save us.
Thank you.
Please, Daniela. Acho que podes ver.
Thank you all. Obrigada, Aline Flor, por este momento de partilha destas cidades incríveis com tanta história e também tanta experiência nesta caminhada verde que também se faz em conjunto. Vamos só aguardar que consigam também, neste momento, ocupar os seus lugares, voltar aos lugares. E o título de Capital Verde Europeia, como vimos, já passou por diversas cidades desde 2010. É um compromisso que deixa um legado de mudança, de esperança, responsabilidade e que ano após ano pretende inovar e inspirar novas cidades, novas comunidades e novas gerações. E para assinalarmos este momento de enorme significado, eu convido de novo a subir ao palco. I invite to join us Andrius Grigonis e também o presidente Ricardo Araújo. Thank you. I think we have to wait. You will speak now. Yes? Eu julgo que estamos à espera do presidente da Câmara, que não se encontra na sala neste momento. Já está. Aqui um pequeno compasso de espera. Convido para se juntar a nós para assinalarmos então este momento, este gesto simbólico da passagem de testemunho. Então, a passagem de testemunho e vamos assistir a este momento do vice-presidente da Câmara de Vilnius, que faz então a tradicional entrega do Green Book ao presidente do município de Guimarães. É um momento que marca então esta transição de um ano de inspiração e de muitos eventos que vão encher as ruas, a cidade de Guimarães, neste percurso verde de Guimarães 2026. Mr. Vice President, do you want to say something at this moment?
Just good morning once again. Just a few words. So, dear colleagues from the cities across the whole Europe, dear friends, dear Mr. Mayor, dear all. So as on the behalf of Vilnius, European Green Capital of 2025, it's a great honor for me to transfer this great title by turning new page in this very beautiful Green Capital traditions. When Vilnius received the title, we had a simple motto, Vilnius, greenest city in the making. And it was our promise to ourselves and to others that green is not just a color. It's a daily care and daily decisions. And today I want to state an obvious conclusion that...
Can you put the microphone just a little bit down, please? Okay, it's
right.
Okay, thank you.
Is it good? Right,
yes,
right.
Yes.
Okay, so sustainability is never a finished process. It could only be discovered in the process by making conscious choices and daily decisions. Sometimes these decisions and choices are bold, sometimes are very practical, but it's really important to not to lose the main direction. So even as our year as Green Capital comes to an end, our commitment to sustainability continues well beyond 2025. So today, with the respect and confidence, we pass the title to my colleague from Guimarães, and I wish him and all the citizens luck. And yeah, let's stay green together. Thank you very much.
Hello once again, just a few words. First of all, to thank to my colleague, Vice Mayor of Vilnius, to thank Vilnius for the job that they have done during this year, but not only during this year. It's a fantastic city that I like very much, so congratulations for your city. But first of all, thanks for the example, for the good example, for the inspiration that you will also give to all of us for being the European Green Capital in 2025. So it's for Guimarães, it's on behalf of Guimarães, it's a pleasure to receive this testimony from you, and the promise that I want to leave is that we, Guimarães, will be committed to write a new page in this historical book that we hope it will be an inspiring page compatible with our history, with our people. So thank you very much, and we hope, let me say, we hope to be the best European Green Capital 2026 in Europe, Guimarães. Thank you very much, and thanks again. Yeah.
Sr. Presidente, just a minute. Precisamos só que repitam a fotografia sem os microfones. Can you repeat the photo without the microphone, please? Fazermos agora aqui a fotografia para registar também este momento desta transição, desta passagem de testemunho. O Green Book está agora com Guimarães. Mais um momento, a comunicação social é sempre assim. Precisamos sempre de mais um bocadinho. Thank you. E aqui está o Green Book, ia dizer nosso, e é de todos, não é? Não só de Guimarães, é de todos os portugueses também, aqui com a ajuda preciosa, a inspiração de Guimarães. Obrigada, Sr. Presidente. E continuamos nesta jornada climática. Guimarães assume um compromisso com o futuro assente na educação, na ciência, na inovação, na promoção da qualidade de vida dos cidadãos, agora expresso na Declaração de Guimarães. E para apresentar a Declaração de Guimarães, recebemos uma referência mundial em História Ambiental. Professora emérita da Universidade da África do Sul, faz parte do Comitê de Acompanhamento da Candidatura de Guimarães à Capital Verde Europeia e é hoje membro da Comissão de Honra. Professor Jane Carruthers, I invite you to join us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Mayor Rougeau, former Mayor Braganza, members of the government of the Republic of Portugal, delegates from the EU, particularly Patrick Child, representatives from former and future green capitals, colleagues and friends. Today we gather in Guimarães not only to celebrate a significant award. It marks a moment in environmental history, a moment when a city steps forward with confidence to shape the future of Europe, and indeed perhaps of our shared planet. A daring vision, first conceived more than a decade ago, has not only become reality, but has been transformed into a legacy. Guimarães stands proudly as the 2026 European Green Capital. This is a great honor, and it was only won with the dedication, tenacity, and hard work of many people. For more than a decade, however, Guimarães has not been using sustainability as a slogan, but as lived practice. And always, the journey has mattered more than the prize. And for this reason, Guimarães was undaunted and resilient throughout the long process of reaching environmental excellence in Europe. So the award is part of a continuum. It's not a destination for Guimarães, but it is a marker that offers a moment of reflection and also a moment of renewal. So today, Guimarães stands at the point of a new adventure. It's a city that has been remarkable for generations and for centuries, and it's never allowed its history to become a comfort zone. But it has drawn strength from its heritage, while always having the courage to imagine what comes next in pursuit of a sustainable future. And today, with humility and conviction, it chooses to share what it has learned and to invite collaboration. And this is why the Guimarães Declaration, which we announced today, matters so deeply. It distills a decade of experience, of trial and error, of coordination and cooperation. It captures learning in motion and transforms it into an invitation to cities across Europe and the world to join a communal journey. Outside Portugal, Guimarães may be little known, but within Portugal, it is revered as the birthplace of the nation. And also, as its many awards attest, it's a city that understands and values the power of identity, of pride, and of belonging. So today we believe that Guimarães takes its place not only in national history, but in European history. It didn't happen overnight. In 2014, an international conference in Guimarães debated the question of whether a green city for us might simply be an impossible dream. However, Mayor Dr. Domingos Braganza had already begun to consider turning this impossible dream into a reality, with a long-term vision of placing environmental sustainability at the heart of municipal action. Mayor Braganza's enthusiasm and leadership was infectious, and before long, citizens as well as their leaders coalesced in sharing the values inherent in the European Green Capital process. And that civic vision has now been passed seamlessly and responsibly to Mayor Ricardo Araújo. His enthusiasm and commitment is total. And this transition speaks volumes because it reflects something rare and precious in our time. It demonstrates a broad political and social commitment to the shared values inherent in creating a resilient and sustainable environmental future. So sustainability is not a party political matter, and it doesn't change with electoral cycles. It isn't fragile, and it's shared by institutions, by businesses, by universities, but most importantly, by Guimarães civil society. And creating that consensus may be Guimarães' greatest achievement of all. So the event we celebrate today is more than a ceremony, it's more than a title, it's a call to action. A call for all of us to act locally, grounded in place, in culture, and in community. But also a call to inspire globally through openness, cooperation, and example. Guimarães has come to understand something essential. Cities are on the front lines of the climate emergency and in the quest for sustainability. It is in neighborhoods and parishes, in schools, workplaces, and public spaces that the future will be decided. Cities, as we've heard from our former mayors, are where the challenges are felt first, but they are also the places where the solutions can emerge the fastest. And it is this belief that lies at the heart of the Guimarães Declaration, One Planet City. What makes this declaration unique is not only what it says, but how it was born in the immediate aftermath of receiving the award in Valencia in 2024. It's not abstract environmental theory, it's the product of lived experience and strong human infrastructure. It is rooted in practice, not inspiration alone. And it is shaped by a conviction that learning must be shared. The declaration we present to you today does not demand perfection, instead it asks for commitment. Every city is invited to adopt at least one pillar and to make it measurable, meaningful, and real, and to report back from year to year. In doing this, European Green Capital gains an afterlife, not compartmentalized from one city to another. We'd like to think that this is no longer a once-off recognition, but a living legacy that extends into the next decade, widening the circle of cities committed to an environmentally just and sustainable future. So allow me a moment to reflect briefly on the 5 pillars of the declaration. They're not abstract principles, but a realistic framework for action, and we hope perhaps a source of inspiration. The first is education, the foundation of all sustainable society. Knowledge certainly changes the world, but it also empowers individuals to change their own lives. And in Guimarães, education has created climate literacy, pride, and intergenerational responsibility. The second is science, which must guide every action. Evidence, open data, and research are the compass. In an era of uncertainty, of misinformation, Guimarães has chosen transparency, evaluation, and learning as the basis of governance. The third is very important, a just transition. Climate action and social justice are inseparable, and no transition can succeed if it leaves people behind. Guimarães reminds us that a green city must also be a fair city, inclusive, equitable, and attentive to vulnerability. Our fourth pillar is business and the economy. Innovation in business and industry is essential. Prosperity and sustainability are not in conflict, and here the private sector isn't an obstacle to change. It's a partner in building a resilient, future-ready, and largely circular economy. The fifth pillar is sport and culture. Culture and movement inspire change in ways that policy alone cannot. Celebration, creativity, and collective identity are catalysts for transformation, and it is they that turn sustainability from an obligation into a shared purpose. And today these pillars form a holistic vision. Together they are adaptable to cities of all sizes, all contexts, and of varying capacities. But underlying all five of them, which recognize a common action, is a foundation, something even more powerful, a consensus over shared values. Guimarães demonstrates that political will must be matched by long-term commitment, coordinated action, and stable policy environments. When sustainability becomes a shared vision, it transcends short-term agendas and becomes part of who we are. The declaration is important because the alignment builds trust, encourages investment, strengthens institutions, and gives citizens the confidence that their efforts matter. Guimarães doesn't claim to have all the answers, but what it offers instead is something more valuable, proof that transformation is possible, that a medium-sized city can lead, that heritage can coexist with innovation, that tradition can fuel rather than hinder process, and that citizens can energize the process and be integrated into it. By sharing its experience openly and inviting camaraderie through partnerships, networks, and this declaration, Guimarães now invites other cities to adapt, not copy, to learn, not compete. Guimarães once helped give birth to a nation. Today it helps give shape to a new idea of what a European city can become: sustainable, just, proud of its past, and confident in its future by actively collaborating with others. So the European Green Capital Award therefore marks a chapter, not the final page. The real legacy begins now in the commitments we make, the collaborations we build, and the courage we show. So, from Guimarães to Europe, from Europe to the world, one planet city, our shared future starts here. Thank you for the honor of addressing you this morning.
Thank you, Professor Jane. Foi gosto enorme ouvi-la. Hoje e ao longo de 2026, esta declaração, a Declaração de Guimarães, vai ser promovida em vários eventos que integram o programa Guimarães 2026 Capital Verde Europeia. A Comissão de Honra vai apoiar a divulgação. Ao longo do ano, as boas práticas desenvolvidas pelas cidades subscritoras vão ser integradas num livro, um modelo que pode inspirar outras cidades a seguir estas pisadas da transição verde. E as cidades aqui presentes, que pretendam subscrever desde já a declaração, podem fazê-lo já de seguida no exterior desta sala e num local preparado para o efeito. Não esqueçam, vai estar disponível já, portanto, se puderem fazê-lo, é muito bem-vindo. Para encerrar esta sessão, verdadeiramente inspiradora, convido a usar da palavra o Secretário de Estado do Ambiente, José Manuel Esteves. João Manuel Esteves. Peço desculpa pela gralha.
Todos os nomes são bonitos. Muito bom dia a todos. Caro Presidente da Câmara Municipal de Guimarães, caro amigo Ricardo, é um gosto estar num local, uma sexta-feira de manhã, onde havia imensas razões para vocês não estarem aqui, mas estão aqui. E estão muitos. E a razão é boa. A razão é única. É o que é que nós queremos para amanhã, e aquilo que foi dito e declarado é que queremos muito para amanhã. Queremos mesmo muito. queremos um futuro justo, futuro próspero e um futuro sustentável. Obrigado, Presidente Ricardo, por nos ter feito estar aqui esta manhã, porque vale a pena, assim, fazer trabalho. Caro Diretor-Geral Adjunto ao Ambiente da Comissão Europeia, caro Patrick Chal, desde ontem que nos encontramos também em Águeda, caros membros da Comissão Executiva, da Comissão de Honra de Guimarães 26, caro representante do BEI em Portugal, caro Presidente da Agência Portuguesa do Ambiente, uma palavra ao Domingos Bragança, ao antigo Presidente da Câmara de Guimarães, caros Presidentes e representantes das Câmaras Municipais de Vilnius, de Valência e Heilbronn, caros autarcas aqui presentes, minhas senhoras, meus senhores, distintas entidades. É uma honra, uma grande honra, estar hoje em Guimarães, em representação da Senhora Ministra do Ambiente e Energia, na cerimónia de abertura da Capital Verde Europeia 2026. Felicito Guimarães por alcançar esta distinção que honra a cidade e afirma com enorme clareza a sua liderança ambiental e cultural no panorama europeu. Portugal volta a conquistar o título de Capital Verde Europeia, depois de Lisboa em 2020, e isto é um sinal claro da maturidade das políticas públicas ambientais que todos temos vindo a construir ao longo da última década. Mostra que o país está firmemente comprometido com a sustentabilidade e que esse compromisso é reconhecido internacionalmente. Esta distinção representa também uma afirmação de Portugal no espaço europeu, demonstrando que temos uma voz relevante, credível na transição climática, capaz de influenciar, de inspirar e contribuir para os caminhos que a Europa está a trilhar. Guimarães simboliza a capacidade de Portugal em promover desenvolvimento ambientalmente responsável em territórios diferentes, realidades distintas, com escalas distintas. É uma prova da nossa capacidade de coesão, de construir coesão territorial e coesão social. Esta é uma cidade que assumiu compromissos ambiciosos, alinhados com as melhores práticas europeias e que soube transformar desafios ambientais em oportunidades de mobilização e inovação. Cabe aqui uma palavra ao antigo Presidente da Câmara. Obrigado, Domingos, pelo trabalho feito. Fê-lo, sobretudo, com uma estratégia assente na participação. Esta foi a palavra que nós mais ouvimos durante a intervenção aqui dos representantes das câmaras. Envolvimento, cidadãos, envolvimento, cidadãos. Dito da forma que nós quisermos, dito da forma em inglês que me fizeram, é pensar nas línguas deles. Envolvimento dos cidadãos, do setor público e privado, do mundo académico, comprovando que a sustentabilidade só se alcança quando todos fazem parte da solução. Guimarães é hoje reconhecida como um caso exemplar na Europa pela forma como concilia qualidade de vida, crescimento económico, preservação do património e conservação e valorização da natureza. Minhas senhoras e meus senhores, hoje abrimos portas a um ano que não é apenas de comemoração, mas é a confirmação da vontade e do querer das entidades e das pessoas de Guimarães. Ser capital verde europeia não significa ser uma cidade perfeita, mas sim uma cidade que demonstra evolução contínua, resultados mensuráveis e uma visão para o futuro. Este não é um galardão para pôr na vitrine, é um selo de liderança cívica que afirma que nesta cidade a sustentabilidade acontece no terreno. Guimarães tem mostrado liderança em várias áreas fundamentais do ambiente. A transição ambiental é partilhada. Há um compromisso político da academia, dos colaboradores do município e das instituições, um envolvimento ativo dos cidadãos, um trabalho de proximidade com a indústria e uma compatibilização constante entre desenvolvimento económico e responsabilidade ambiental. É esta aliança entre cidadãos, indústria e conhecimento que garante uma transição justa, robusta e duradoura. O Ministério do Ambiente já antes olhava para as políticas de sustentabilidade desta cidade, mesmo antes da conquista deste galardão, Cidade Verde Europeia. Mas iremos continuar a acompanhar com muito interesse todas as iniciativas previstas. E seremos um parceiro disponível para apoiar as iniciativas desta capital verde. Caro Presidente da Câmara, minhas senhoras e meus senhores, esta distinção também contribui para acelerar projetos e consolidar Portugal como líder europeu na transição ecológica. O Governo e o Ministério do Ambiente e Energia reafirmam o compromisso com a neutralidade carbónica já em 2045 e com os objetivos do Pacto Ecológico Europeu. Esta ambição traduz-se na concretização que está em curso de uma nova geração de políticas de adaptação às alterações climáticas, de transição energética justa, de descarbonização e redução de emissões de carbono, gestão de resíduos e economia circular, proteção da biodiversidade, uso eficiente da água, melhoria da qualidade do ar e educação ambiental. Caro Presidente, conforme tivemos a oportunidade de constatar, os objetivos de Guimarães e da Capital Verde Europeia estão alinhados com as políticas do Governo. Aproveito a presença do Sr. Diretor-Geral Adjunto do Ambiente para agradecer à Comissão Europeia a atribuição desta distinção a Guimarães, bem como agradecer o reconhecimento da Comissão, como ainda há pouco a Sra. Comissária fez, pelo muito trabalho e empenho que temos tido em Portugal nos domínios do ambiente. No Ministério do Ambiente e Energia, temos a convicção de que é possível superar os desafios da sustentabilidade climática ambiental com as pessoas, com as empresas, com toda a sociedade, transformando barreiras em oportunidades. A transição ecológica não é um sacrifício, é um progresso inteligente. É ter orgulho em viver numa cidade como Guimarães, num país como Portugal, que protege os seus rios, que respira melhor, que poupa energia, que cria novos empregos e cuida dos mais vulneráveis. E Guimarães é a prova viva de que isso é possível. E estou convicto de que continuará a sê-lo. Caro Presidente, queria deixar o meu agradecimento e o nosso agradecimento à Câmara Municipal de Guimarães, à Comissão Executiva, à Comissão de Honra, às entidades públicas e privadas, às escolas, às empresas, às associações não governamentais, a cada pessoa que com a sua ação, grande ou pequena, torna esta realidade, esta ambição. Caro Presidente, pode contar com o nosso apoio e envolvimento do Governo neste caminho em prol de um futuro mais justo, mais próspero e mais sustentável para Guimarães e para Portugal. Parabéns, Guimarães, muito obrigado e bom ano.
Obrigada, Sr. Secretário de Estado João Manuel Esteves, pelas suas palavras, e chegamos assim ao final da cerimónia de compromisso de Guimarães 26, Capital Verde Europeia. Às cidades presentes, Guimarães reitera o convite a fazerem parte deste compromisso assinando a Declaração de Guimarães, disponível no átrio, e agradeço a atenção e o carinho por me terem convidado para este evento, filo com muito gosto. Faço votos para que este ano seja absolutamente inspirador, como tem sido até agora o caminho que Guimarães percorreu e todas estas cidades europeias também têm percorrido. Um aplauso para Guimarães e para este ano, que agora começa, este ano verde. Obrigada.
Mais música.